Y'all there? We live. We on the air. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, what's going on? Big shout outs to Chicken. Chicken, what's going on? My people's Braden. Braden, how you doing, man? Big shout outs to you. Braden out of Iowa, everybody on here. What's going on? Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, Had to get some gas real quick. But we back on it. We back live. I'm about to pretty soon. Um, what we about to get into? Oh yeah, we talking about that crisis, right? We talking about the economical crisis that we're facing right now, and it's not just personal because the government is facing a economical crisis. Now I'm talking about the U.S. government probably will not be able to pay some of its employees for the next upcoming weeks or months because of the debt ceiling crisis. It's now towards the end, and they're supposed to be meeting at a bipartisan decision in order to pass some kind of funding through in order to fund the government until, I believe, March of 2025. Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but this debt ceiling crisis has been postponing more than once, more than twice. And it's kind of crazy because you think about the government don't have money to pay their workers. So what are we going to do about it and how it's going to affect us? We see the Federal Reserve just yesterday they did a 0.25 or something like that um, decrease on the Federal Reserve U.S. policy interest rate policy. So that brought interest rates down via that way. But what's up with the debt ceiling crisis? What's up with the government shutdown? Would the government be shutting down for the holiday season? And this is like it's like the second or third holiday season that I'm remembering that the government was facing some kind of problems or some kind of trouble where they didn't have enough funding or um, the budget wasn't worked out right, the debt ceiling crisis. Then they had got some expansion in terms of like not expansion. It was like, how can I explain it? So they basically had a budget, but they didn't have a budget. And that got extended for months where they really didn't have a budget. So at the same time, you had the government was spending money. We have the debt ceiling crisis. And in addition, we still got inflation going on, plus all these other crazy stuff um, that's going on in the world. What we got? We ain't gonna talk about them drones like that today. I want to know what y'all thoughts about the debt ceiling crisis and what the government is doing about the economical crisis that we're about to be facing in the next coming months or so. Because if the government doesn't have enough money to funnel to their employees, now that's gonna affect the economy because they won't have any money to spend on their bills. They won't be able to pay, rent. Javel, big shout outs to Javel. What's up, Javel? How you doing? I hope I pronounced your name right. Jevil, Javel, right? Jevel. Big shout out to you. Thank you for being on here. Yeah, but chop it up with me, y'all. Let me know what's your thoughts about the government not coming together for a bipartisan decision to extend the debt ceiling crisis or find some kind of money to fund the U.S. government for the next upcoming months. Like I said, they did have some kind of deal on the table, and I was doing some research real quick, some stuff that I got to look at, that I came across some information in regards to the economical crisis that we're facing. So I know that a lot of things have to do with the Federal Reserve and their holdings. And wow, I didn't know that the Federal Reserve held majority of the U.S. debt. So I want to know, is that the government debt or is that retail debt? So I'm be doing some more research onto that. Um, Shout outs to Carla. Carla, where you calling from or where you tuning in from? It's a different kind of language. Not sure exactly what language that is. Not multilingual or anything like that. Is that Spanish? I think that's Spanish. So shout outs to Carla. But ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to what's going on in the government, the debt ceiling crisis, because this movement right now will affect a lot of us. And I know you guys probably out there hearing the government talking about getting involved with crypto and using crypto as an asset, um, building up their Bitcoin reserve. What else they're doing? They're doing all types of things. So, not exactly sure where the government is going with their monetary policy and stuff. Definitely got to look into more details about the monetary policy, especially from the FOMC and the Federal Reserve, right? So, what's your thoughts about the debt ceiling crisis, the government not having any money? We're at an economical crisis facing us um, in the next months or so, because right now the U.S. economy or the U.S. government really don't have a budget to fund the government activities, Social Security, the military. All of that stuff will be affected by this because right now there's no why people cross the street like that. You got on dark clothing too. Dark clothing is it is what it is. Um yeah, so what's your thoughts on what the government gonna do in regards to the debt ceiling crisis, finding money to I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna do this because it was a bipartisan policy decision that they had going on that was gonna pass, which would fund the government going on to March. But for some reason, this bipartisan fell through today, and it's kind of crazy because it happened just the day after the Federal Reserve reduced their interest rate by 0.25%, by 0.25 basis points. So what does that say for the economy? What does that say for the stock market, for crypto? Like right now, we can see crypto is dropping, crypto is plunging. Are we back in a bear market? You got Wall Street, stock exchange not doing too well. A lot of stocks is dropping. Is this part of what the government is doing? Is the government trying to have people at a rate like not knowing what to do with their money, not knowing which way to go because everything is not structured right in terms of the government. So if the government can't pay the bill, what that means for everybody else. And I'm not talking about like the wealthy people because I'm sure the wealthy people got their stuff intact and they probably on point with what they about to do, you know? Gotta go see us. You say hi chicken. What up, chicken? Okay, I already did that. Yeah, so what I was gonna talk about. All right, so I'm not sure if y'all wanted to get into this, but do some research on go to the Federal Reserve website and also go to congress.com and find out the Responsibility Act and what's going on with the Responsibility Act. Try to look into some of the some of the bipartisan bills that's going on in regards to the economics. Read and find out which way they're going to be moving the money. Some are saying, a lot of people are saying, oh, they're just doing this because the government is switching over to XRP and Ripple, and XRP and Ripple is gonna, since they won the case, is gonna be like the big backing of the money industry, and they're gonna be the one that to take over the debt and to wipe out the debt. Well, the U.S. debt, the U.S. debt. If you ever go on the website, I think it's the U.S. debt cloud. I forgot the name of the website. When I find it out, I'm gonna come back on here one day and I'm gonna tell you the exact name. But I think it's either the world. No, I think it's the U.S. debt clock, and it shows the ticking of how much the debt is going up by the time of the day and how the time of the day is going up, and at the same time the amount of debt that the U.S. has is climbing more and more every day. So go check that out to get an idea of how much debt the U.S. government is in and how much debt the retail people, regular people, is in regards to um, economics and regards to funding, and also in regards to funding the government. So that's the military, that's healthcare sometimes. That's a wide variety of things gonna be affected. And not just affect them, because then it trickles down into the regular market, into the retail state. Retail marketers won't have enough money to retailers won't have enough money to spend in the stores and pay bills and whatever have you, you know? So what's going on? What's your thoughts on this debt crisis, the economical crisis, and what the government is going through right now? Like I said, big time setback for the debt ceiling crisis, because they did have a deal on the table, but that deal fell through, and now they have to come back to the table during the holiday season to figure out what they're gonna do about this debt ceiling crisis and funding the U.S. government. It's kind of tough to think that, like, how long they've been extending this debt ceiling crisis, or extending the funding or the budget for the U.S. government each and every time this type, what is it, towards the end of the year. So the last 3 4 months they come together, they try to figure out the budget, but for the last couple of years they haven't been able to figure out the budget properly. So they do this debt ceiling crisis where it's expansion on the debt, expansion on the budget, can almost do freely almost anything because there's no set budget or anything like that. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how this has affect you. I see a lot of people really not into I don't know, be kind of weird sometimes what people be thinking. But I hope y'all got some value out of this. Go check out those websites I talked about, Congress.gov, and see how their monetary policy is, the financial policy, and what's going on with the different economics. All right, talk to y'all later. Well, y'all still on here. Matter of fact, if y'all gonna still stay on here, let me know if y'all gonna stay on here for like another 5 minutes or so. All right, and I'll be back. My peoples, are you with me? Where you at? You still on here like that? Anybody on here? What's good? What's good? What's going on? Oh. All right, folks, I'm back. So what's the deal? What we talking about? You still talking about this economical crisis or nah? Huh? Times is really changing, man. Times are really changing. What else we can talk about? Oh, got this economical crisis. We already spoke some about. We already talked about the market. Stock markets is down. Crypto. Oh my gosh. What's going on with crypto? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with Ethereum? Dogecoin. Crypto right now is plunging, dropping. So if you're into crypto, or if you're interested in crypto, I'm not drinking, it's just some cups. I'm not drinking. Probably, this is not financial advice, but while the dip is going on, trust me, we're not going right back into no bear market right away. This is consolidation. This is Bitcoin and crypto. They testing out the ranges after you reach another all-time high with the prices in the market. A lot of people tend to sell off some of their stuff, some of their assets, their crypto assets, because they're trying to profit, especially people who trade it. Of course, if you go up to $108,000 and you purchase it at maybe say 95 or something like that, you're definitely gonna be in a profit. Especially if you purchase it at $40-something thousand or $30-something thousand and it goes up to 100 and something, most likely you will gonna try to benefit and try to see some profit off of it. So that's what's going on in my eyes right now with crypto and Bitcoin, right? So if you're trading it, if you're into Dogecoin, if you're into Bitcoin, if you're into Ethereum or any of them, go ahead and now is a good time to buy the dip. What they call it, BTD, or buy the dip, BTD, or some like to say BTFD, buy the friggin' dip. But not financial advice, but if you into crypto, if you got some little extra money put to the side and you got either cash at Robinhood, crypto.com, go ahead and acquire yourself a little bit of crypto. Trade it if you can, swing trade it, learn how to swing trade it. Basically swing trade it, you buy it at the low price that it's at right now because it's dipping. A lot of crypto assets is dipping. So you grab it up at a small amounts at the lowest prices. Once you see it start to go back up, you try to grab it more. So you dollar cost averaging into it, because most likely after the dip, it's gonna skyrocket back up. Not exactly skyrocket back up, but you're gonna see it gonna move again. So not financial advice, just go ahead and get involved, and I'm gonna come back on here and do another video of how I get my crypto trading on, all right? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, hope y'all got some value out of this. Go ahead and log into your accounts and grab you up some cryptos, all right? Talk to y'all later. Peace.